Up next, we're going to be discussing Southern Europe, which is also commonly referred to as a Mediterranean region in Europe. Our objectives today are similar to most in our physical geography unit. We're going to be using maps and globes to analyze and interpret the geography of Southern Europe. We'll locate the major countries, landforms, and water systems, and we'll describe the physical geography of the region. There's a good bit of vocabulary for this lesson. We'll go through them one by one. The first is a word called drought. We'll hear that a lot when we're discussing climates of areas. A drought is a long period of dry weather resulting in water shortages. The next word is harbor. A harbor is a safe place for ships to dock. Iberian, when you hear Iberian, it refers to the countries of Spain and Portugal. Navigable means that it's able to be used for travel by water. So if an ocean or a sea is easily traveled, it's often called navigable. And then the last is Sirocco. Sirocco is a windstorm that blows up clouds of dust or sand. The countries of Southern Europe, aka the Mediterranean, are Spain, Andorra, Portugal, Italy, and Greece. First up, we have Spain. Spain is a mountainous country occupying 85% of the Iberian Peninsula. The other 15% is from Portugal. Its major landforms include the Pyrenees Mountains, which is a physical boundary between France and Spain, the Cantabrian Mountains, and the Meseta. Its rugged coastline has few safe harbors. Most of Spain has a harsh climate, and the country's mountains influence its climate. The natural resources of Spain include mineral deposits of iron ore, lead, zinc, manganese, coal, and marble. They have all been found near the Pyrenees. Other mineral deposits include copper, mercury, and uranium. The waters of the rivers running through the Pyrenees have been harnessed to produce a renewable power called hydroelectric power. Next, we have Portugal. Portugal shares the Iberian Peninsula with Spain. Its major landforms include the Meseta, mountain ranges, and plains. Portugal's coast provides safe harbors for ships, as pictured in this upper right-hand picture. That is one of the harbors in Portugal. The climate in Portugal is affected by its elevation and its distance from the sea. In the north, it's cool and rainy, a climate very favorable for Portugal's vineyards. The southern part of the country is warmer and drier, and the southernmost region is sunny and hot. The natural resources of Portugal include many natural resources. Its most important mineral deposits would include copper, gold, iron ore, kaolin, a clay used in pottery and china, marble, rockite, also known as halite, tin, uranium, and wolframite, a source of tungsten. Forests are another of Portugal's valuable resources, and they cover more than 40% of its landscape, as you can see pictured in the bottom photo. Andorra is the region's only landlocked country. It's a very small country in the Pyrenees Mountains, in between Spain and France. You can see Andorra here. It's just a really small little blip on the map. The landscape is mountainous as it is in the Pyrenees. But there is an abundant water supply which enables Andorra to produce half of its electricity using hydroelectric power. By far, that's the area's greatest natural resource. Andorra is also, when you're speaking about economics, a tax safe haven. So it has become in recent years a place for the wealthy. So it's worth checking out the video that we have in the modules on Andorra. It's pretty interesting that this small little place is quickly becoming kind of like an international mecca. The climate of Andorra has cool, dry, sunny summers, but its winters are cold and snowy. Snow falls heavily in this mountainous region, making travel difficult. There's a road that connects Andorra and France, and often in the winter months it's completely impassable, meaning you can't drive on it. Again, water is Andorra's most important natural resource because it harnesses hydroelectric power in order to power about 50% of the country. The second to last country we're going to talk about in the southern region of Europe, also known as the Mediterranean, is Italy. Italy is a boot-shaped country forming a peninsula that juts out into the Mediterranean Sea. As you can see, Italy is surrounded by water on 3 sides, and it is connected to the mainland. It borders Switzerland. Its major landforms include the Alps, the Apennines, and the plain of Lombardy. Its 2 largest rivers are the Po and the Adage River. They are both navigable rivers. The climate in Italy is one of extremes. In the northern region, in the Alps and the Apennines, it's very, very cold. However, in southern Italy, the climate is Mediterranean with sunshine all year long. Italy's natural resources are few. Its mountainous terrain and harsh climate are not favorable for agriculture. Despite its long coastline, the surrounding waters do not support much commercial fishing. Its most important mineral resources are natural gas and marble. Last on the list we have Greece. Greece lies on the Balkan Peninsula and has 3 regions. The mainland, so you have the mainland, the Peloponnesos Peninsula, and more than 2,000 islands. The peninsula is also called Peloponnese. You can see that right in this area here. The terrain in Greece, much like all of southern Europe, is mountainous, and Greece is the site of frequent earthquakes. As you can see, there's plates that continuously are merging toward each other, and Greece lies right on a fault line. Greece has no navigable rivers and few natural resources. The climate of Greece is diverse. Northern Greece has a continental climate with cold winters. Snow is common in the winters at higher elevations. Southern and central Greece enjoy a Mediterranean climate of hot, dry summers and cool, wet winters. The Pindus Mountains affect the country's precipitation. Areas to the east of the mountains receive less precipitation than those to the west. Like Italy, Greece has few natural resources. Its most important mineral resource is bauxite, from which aluminum is produced. The country has no significant deposits of natural gas, and its small coal deposits are of poor quality. Its small deposits of petroleum under the Aegean Sea are being used up very quickly. In summary, the climate in this southern region of Europe is influenced by elevation, proximity to oceans and seas, and mountains. The terrain of this region is mainly mountainous. The countries of this region are Spain, Andorra, Portugal, Italy, and Greece. Spain is a mountainous country occupying 85% of the Iberian Peninsula. Its major landforms include the Pyrenees and Cantabrian Mountains and the Meseta. Portugal shares the Iberian Peninsula with Spain. Its major landforms include the Meseta, mountain ranges, and plains. Portugal's coast provides safe harbors for ships. Andorra is the region's only landlocked country. The landscape is mountainous. Abundant water enables it to produce half of its electricity. Italy is a boot-shaped country forming a peninsula that juts out into the Mediterranean Sea. Its major landforms include the Alps, the Apennines, and the plain of Lombardy. Its two largest rivers, the Po and the Adige, are both navigable. Greece lies on the Balkan Peninsula and has three regions: the mainland, Peloponnesos Peninsula, or Peloponnese, also called Peninsula, and more than 2,000 islands. Its mountainous terrain is the site of frequent not hurricanes, I've got Hurricane Dorian on my mind. Its mountainous terrain is the site of frequent earthquakes. It has no navigable rivers and few natural resources. Guys, I urge you, these countries are oftentimes ones that we will hear a lot about. We hear a lot about the Mediterranean. It's steeped with rich history. So we will be learning about these cultures of Southern Europe as well as many other areas of Europe. But I urge you to watch the videos that are in the module so you can learn a little bit more about the physical geography of each of these countries.